Let's see how long this lasts before we get a draw.
All right, so this is our third attempt. Once again, Private Penguins, Penguin Alliance, tied for last place versus 5G. That's Joe Mutza in 5G. They're tied for first place in the group stage. This is round 4, and we are looking our first time at Sleeping Giants. All right, we're going to go through the lineup once more, this time with more feeling than last. So we've got Shimakaze with Yamamoto as captain. So you got the buffed preventative maintenance. I really like that idea in a destroyer, or a Japanese destroyer. Going heavy into the torpedoes, but not so heavy with the unique upgrade. We got Quarius Delor in a Gdansk with Jersey Mike and utility build, opting for consumable enhancements and consumable specialist. Solok in a Petropavlovsk without unique upgrade, opting for reload instead. Kind of like that idea. We got Saul in a Marseille with Abanu for the buffed survivability expert. We got Salt Collector in another Marseille, choosing not to bring a special captain at all. Yeun's Moskva in a unique upgrade with believe that's Zemensky for captain for the buff consumable specialist. And finally, Duke Gassando in a brick with unique upgrade. I really like seeing that. Although going for brisk instead of turret traverse feels a little odd. Just a little odd. But unique upgrade is really good in a Vermont. So you lose a little bit of concealment, but you gain reload. And you gain anti-air stuff too. But I mean, that doesn't matter too much in a competitive environment. But tell us about 5G if you don't mind.
Well, we got 5G brought to you by some cell phone company. We have a Gdansk who's Pew Pew, who's looks like he's heading for the Chew line. We have another Gdansk, built similarly, capturing C. We have a Radar Salem, which, once again, I'm probably going to disagree with. A unique upgrade Moskva, a bungo. I believe it's the first bungo we've seen with the spotter plane and reload.
Ooh, and it's Emedy. Now, he's a battleship main, guys. I recognize that name.
They're heading towards Apples. We have the Smoke Train Nevsky Gearing combo.
And that's Pro Ace. I recognize him.
Gearing isn't set up for full smoke, more concealment torpedoes. Also not needing all the flags, and typical Nevsky build. They did catch the shimmy on that. Now, if you notice the difference between the last smoke trains we've been seeing, the Nevsky is not spotted and getting shot at. Also, not getting run down by double Marcelli Dulneys.
Right. Solo K trying to be aggressive with his Petro and say, fine, I want to see what's in the smoke strain. But Pro Ace just lazily turning south a little bit, keeps himself out of spotting. And meanwhile, Solo K, because he dunks forward, gets in front of the bungo, and bingo, bango, bungoed. There goes half of his hit points.
Only half.
Only half.
Fine.
Just a flesh wound.
I mean, he's got... Put some dirt on it. You're right next to an island.
He's got some extra... He's got the extra heal going. Cyrex takes a Gdansk torpedoes at the start. We saw a lot of teams doing this at the beginning of Warship Masters, actually, during the finals. What was it? Resin doing really good work with their early torpedoes on the opposite side of the map.
This poor Petro is not enjoying life. Shimmy may bump Gearing.
And
unfortunately, the Shimmy doesn't reverse. The Gearing will be caught bow in, which is not good.
Yeah, Pro Ace detected now. And yep, there's the two catching each other. Alpy's bow in, which is problematic for him. Solok taking some shots. He's got AP in the barrels. Does nothing.
Well, I think that's because he didn't connect.
Now, there's a comment in chat earlier about Fog of War. I don't understand what that question was about Fog of War. So, that player, if that viewer would like to clarify, I'd appreciate it so I can give you a proper response. And congratulations to Fortet on Fire. Check your Twitch whispers. You should have a Distant Voyages container code. Don't say what the other team has until it's spotted. So that's the old way of casting the tournaments. We've done that before, Thread, and a lot of viewers have said, nope, we want the all-seeing eye immediately. So I can actually do that here. I'll demonstrate real quick. All right, if I press the 2 key, I can see right now, I can see Private Penguins team, the green team, and I can only see the green team. So for example, I didn't see Alpi taking that torpedo there in the gearing. I can hit the 3 key and we flip, and now we see the red team's perspective, and we can see all the ships that the red team can see versus the ships that the green team can see. And then I can hit the 1 key and see everything. So in the past, we were forced to cover only one side. The ability to spectate and see everything was added about 5 or 6 years ago. I want to say 5 or 6 years ago. And ever since then, everybody's like, I want to see it all, baby. So it's important to remember in a tournament, obviously, the players don't see what we see.
The real problem with that fog of war thing, like with the old casting, was you didn't know what was going to happen. Like, because I know you and me tried it, and it was very little talking from us because we're trying to figure out what's going on with the other team.
Sure.
Where they're at, and then it was like, oh, there's a fight over here. Oh.
And a lot of it comes down to communication between me and Puddin about like where to look, right? Oh, watch Amadeus Bungo Salvo, and Puddin maybe is not watching the other team. He's like, who's Bungo Salvo? Where's the bungo? You know what I mean? You have to describe it as those shells tear in and don't do much work. I thought that was going to be a lot bigger of a hit.
Well, we have the Moskva on a Moskva spot. Unfortunately, he's in front of a Vermont.
Moskva in the Moskva spot.
Over at Apples.
You're talking about Funky Fireball to the south there, yeah. He was blessed by Iron Jesus, indeed, yes. Now, Gassando, he doesn't care about Moskva's icebreaker bow. He's got a little bit of area up here he can chew into with his AP shells, and he can also plunge right into the superstructure, which is what he just did. And he can get some very meaningful damage that way, too.
Oof. Bungo touched
that one hit. That one hit.
And here comes Salem versus 2 Marsilis.
Yeah, see, it's very easy to look at the mini-map and think, okay, I've got an island between me and whatever else, but we often forget that there's a lot of low spots, and those low spots are great for catching people off guard. Salt Collector is going to just yeet himself right into the middle of the map, take another Bungo Salvo in the face, and in order to get in, he's going to have to show side to the Salem. Nope, the Salem choosing to just save in reverse. I don't like that play. The Salem needs to move up. Salem moves up, gets on the broadside, kills Salt Collector. Pro Ace getting some vengeance on the other side of the flank, taking out the Shimakaze.
I like the play of the Salem. You're dealing with 2 of them. Let the one go in. Deal with the other guy that's going to deal with you. Yeah. Like.
Oh. Emity just slapping people with his bungo. No, actually, that's the Vermont.
Yeah.
That was Gassando.
There's no team killing anymore, remember? Well, here comes the Ram.
That's the best thing both players can hope for right here.
Yeah.
Oof size large, indeed. Indeed.
Oh, we had Gordon's action, but now you got a Marsili stuck in A cap.
Yes.
Now, question, do you take your Nevsky and just charge down a Petro? Force the Vermont to do something about that?
I mean, you know, at this point, 5G's on the back foot. They need to make a play someplace.
The enemy is about to
and, I mean, I guess they can try to farm out Salt Collectors Marseille with the Gdansk. But I don't know that that's gonna happen quickly enough for them.
Well, I mean, I think what you do is you take the Moscow, move it up, sit on A, while the
Yeah.
Gdansk and Nevsky are dealing with the Petro, because, like, that should keep the Vermont out of the Nevsky fight. Or
Yeah.
Petro fight, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, you put the Moskva up on the very edge of the A cap, and you know he's going to tank a lot of hits, and you kind of have to be okay with that. At this point in the game, you need something to slow down the point gain for Team Green. And I kind of feel like at the same time they do that, they could send Emide's Bungo into middle here to try to work on the Moskva.
I mean, I think the other thing you do is you have your Bungo looking at the Petro.
Mm-hmm.
He is behind an island, and, you know, you got to force him to choose who he wants to fight.
Now, Pro Ace is moving up in his Nevsky. We've got Cyrex's Gdansk providing smoke for him now. So because they lost the gearing, now they're bringing the Gdansk in. What's interesting is if Solo just pops his radar, lazily pops his radar, they know exactly where these ships are. They're choosing not to do that.
Bungo's still looking at Moscow while he's moving up.
Mm-hmm. There's the radar. And there's the counter radar. Look at all the Venn diagrams drawn on the map, y'all.
You and your fancy words.
Now what we need is we need Solok to just come through and lazily kill the Gdansk at 612 hit points, but he's not going to do it.
Nevsky's going the wrong way.
Yeah. Only 1 minute left. Yeah, Pro Ace should be going this way because you've got Emide coming up this way. So Pro Ace needs to approach from the opposite side of the island, so Solok can't just reverse. Here comes Vermont cells on Pro Ace. They connect.
Oh, no, he's going for torpedoes on the Petro.
He's going for dying to the Petro. Pro Ace just gets hammered by Petro AP to seal the deal. And that is game.
That's why you split it. Like, I didn't even see the Bungo shoot once at the Petro.
Didn't even need to, did he?
Well, yeah, he needed to.
Yeah, I know, I'm kidding.
But, I mean, I think miscommunication there.
Yeah. Thunderdome push was worth it. In hindsight, yes. Looking at how it worked out, they were unable to get Emide's Bungo into a position to really hammer some of the ships. Guys, we have 9 minutes until the next commercial break. I'm going to run it now so that you guys don't possibly see commercials in the next battle, but I'm looking forward to seeing the next game. That was a very fun game to watch. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Well, thank you for your permission, Thread. Thread's like, you have my permission to put ads in front of me. Oh, goodness. All right, well, I believe after this is one more round, and then I think we're done. Yeah, Mr. Strategy Guy. Right? Right? And so, again, a reminder, the teams with the most wins become seeded. So right now, that would be Joe and Siren. They would be seeded, so in the playoffs, they get a bye in first round, and they start in round 2. That's what they're looking for. Oops, wrong button. Get back to learning about these teams. So I've seen Duke Asando play before. I recognize that player. Anybody else on here I recognize? No. Okay, Solak, the Petro player, was pool 3. He played that Petro quite well that game, I thought.
Yes, he did. But we also saw how the North has the advantage on that map.
Mm-hmm.
And why the changes were made for competitive gameplay, at least.
Yeah. And for Joe, Cyrex is actually the team leader of pool 2. Interesting. Now, perhaps a balancing factor too that might explain why 5G is doing so well. 3 of their players have played in a previous team league. So obviously that's going to have an impact in how it works. And you can see that 1 player for the Pega and 1 player for Siren's team and 1 player for Citarella's team have all participated in team league prior. So that experience, knowing what to expect and the ebb and flow of battle and stuff, you know, can have an impact. You got to go pee anyways, then that's fine. I was just messing with you anyway, Thread. It's all good. It's all good. At some point, I'm going to need to go pee too. I'll probably do that after this game. Just a reminder, guys, after this, we'll be doing the after party. Since there's no delay, I don't have to worry about cutting my internet and all that crap. I can just change scene collections and hope to God that OBS doesn't crash on me. That's always a possibility. As long as it doesn't crash on me, we'll be going into the after party right away. If it does crash on me, I'll have to restart OBS and start up the stream again and lose half of you guys, which is always annoying. But if you are here for the Distant Voyages containers, there will still be opportunities to get them during the after party. Siren is a German CC streamer. That is correct. She is awesome. I hung out on her stream a lot as a viewer. And it was funny because I would say hello and she would say a whole bunch of, she would, you know, say stuff to me in German. And of course I don't know German. And so she's saying all this stuff and then she just kind of awkwardly says, "Why are you here?" And I told her it's because she's fun to watch, she's uplifting, she's always got a smile on her face. And even though I don't understand German, I can understand that. And she really appreciated that. So I always enjoyed hanging out on her streams and stuff like that. So yeah, if you are looking for somebody fun to watch, I'll go ahead and shout her out. I might as well. She's good people. I hope one day to meet her at like a CC summit or something like that. I know they just had Gamescom. I think she was at Gamescom, but I'm not sure. And I had no idea she plays guitar. That's interesting. She made her own voice pack for her battles, if I remember right. Yeah. Yeah, so when you're like watching her play, I think it's her. I think she recorded herself like voice lines, you know, like you know, engine boost is over, whatever, you know, that kind of stuff. Pretty sure that's her. She loves German destroyers. She absolutely enjoys the Hydro. Plays a lot of tier 8 and randoms for whatever reason. To me, that's pain, but she does it anyway. Gonna have to text the wife for some Wasser, some Wasser, since we're in German here. Okay, close that. Go away. Go away. I don't need that. Yeah, very friendly. Penguin I met in person as well. No, I do not sprechen Sie Deutsch. Do we have a total overview of matches so far? Who won and who's leading? Yeah, I had that on the screen earlier. I can put this up again. This is round 4, so they don't have like the last game entered. Maybe if I refresh, they'll have it. But currently leading is Joe and Siren. Citarella and Team Credo are in the middle, and Niche and Penguin are on bottom. Certain people are cool. You made yourself a banana blueberry shake. Well, where's mine? Jerks. Anyway, we got a game button. Yes, email it to me.
Wait, we're getting emailed shakes now?
I'm totally down with that. All right, I gotta do the reversed screen. Here we go. All right, everybody. Game 2 of Joe versus Penguin. Penguin's got a game off of Joe so far. This is our 4th series, and so far each of these have been 1-1 ties. Let's see if Joe's Team 5G can keep that going and win this battle. They've got Alpi and Nate Gearing. We saw him take an unfortunate Shimakaze torpedo last game. We got Melicoin's Gdansk with utility, all that good stuff. Pro Ace is in a Nevsky again, full utility build. Cyrex is now in a Salem with radar. Lucky Bear in a Marseille with a unique, let's see, with a special cabin that would be Honore. And Funky Fireballs and a Mosby unique upgrade, also going full utility with that would be Opizov, Kuznetsov. Amity once again in the Bungo saying, I want another crack at this with Yamamoto as captain. Puddin', tell us about your favorite team, Team Bravo.
Team Bravo. We've got, let's see, Gdansk. Shimmy's going mid, typical Gdansk build. Full torpedoes for Shimmy, looks like. No unique mod. Moskva, Gdansk looks like they're heading to Apples, but the Salem going to where we saw the PVO / Golden Lose. Shimmy is heading towards Chocolate with the Marsilli Vermont.
Yep.
Unique upgrade Vermont. I would go, it's more of a tank build. Typical Marsilli builds. Marsillis are going to be the ones capping C. Hopefully the Shimmy will be the one spotting what the Marsillis shoot. Gdansk, wisely not making a play for A, but it's funny that Gdansk, Salem are both heading in the same general direction.
This island is going to be crucial right here. Quarios has to go behind it. He's choosing to do that. Okay. If he goes north of it, in front of it, then he's in big trouble on radar. A-cap will be spicy. Yes and no. I feel like Topeka choosing to obviously kite away on that side. I think A will be... just 5G is going to pick it up, and that's about it. I don't really see a lot of fighting just yet. I mean, the Moss was going way south, which is smart. There's the radar from the Salem. Now, because he's a Salem, he can't take both radar and hydro, and I'll tell you what. A lot of times, while the radar can be helpful for a Salem, sometimes hydro is the better choice because it lasts longer and obviously spots the torpedoes. Cyrex just getting clobbered early. I think that's the Moskva, no, Salem and the Marseille shooting him. Okay.
Oh, look, if he would have brought hydro, he'd be on hydro for 4.5 weeks.
That's right. That's right. And that's the difference, right? The Salems right now would be spotting each other with hydro. Instead, Solak is going to go dark. And because the Shimakaze is here, he's spotting the Salem. And for whatever reason, he opened up with his guns. I'm curious about this. He does have a super heal, Cyrex. Yeah, both the Salems have the super heal. And that's all super duper, except the super heal doesn't really heal heavy Citadel damage. So for example, if you look, he used a super heal, and on this bar, you can see the lighter color. That's what he can heal back on his next heal. It's not much. At least we don't have a Bawa and Gdansk again. True. Now, there's Cyrex's next radar, and you can see the value in you know, just being able to spam it since both of the Salems are just chilling there. We should see Solok. Okay, his radar just went dark. Because he's got consumables enhancements and the radar mod. Cyrex just has the radar mod. Exactly. Super heal doesn't count for much if you get set it out or take torpedoes. And yeah, it's a strong position, especially if you want to capture A and hold it. Sure. And they've done it. So now they got the 2 caps. It's going to force Pega to be very aggressive. But look at Gassando's position here in the Vermont. He wants this Salem.
Well, I mean, Salem has to be careful because if he backs up too far, Moskva can pew-pew him.
Quarios is shooting him. Here comes the Vermont salvo. Just as the Salem goes dark. Decent hit there. Decent hit. That starts the next super heal from Cyrex. But I wonder why the Moskva isn't in a position to shoot the Salem. That's what really needs to happen right now. And hello, Morkbork. Meanwhile, 5G is in a really good defensive position. They've got a Marseille up against an island. They've got a Moskva up against an island. It's just a question of, will they get farmed out?
I think the Moskva got pushed back by the smoke farm.
Yeah.
Right? If he does go forward a little bit, he is offering a little bit too much to the bungo, so you got to confirm where the bungo is looking.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to lose the Moskva that is trying to slow down the guys at Apples. Right? The other thing you can do is reverse, keeping that island hopefully between you and the bungo. But
I'm surprised.
If I was the Salem, I'd be looking at this Moskva that's showing plenty of broadside to him.
You talking about the one to the south here?
Yes, 5G's Cyrex. Looking at Troy.
Yeah.
Because for whatever I want to call them, the PGA.
I would agree. And it looks like he's turning his guns to do just that.
Oh, here comes bungo shots.
Don't really do too much.
Well, hold on. We're still waiting for the bungo shots to land. The first level was just they were ranging out.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's the AP farm. Here's some more AP coming in now from the Nevsky. And I kind of feel like Troy needs to move.
Well, I feel like Troy needs to not be broadside to freaking everybody.
Yeah, and he's instead deciding to reverse and remain broadside.
I think the only guy who's not broadside to is the Gearing, but that's even questionable.
Yeah. And Plucky Bear gets Shimakaze on the other flank. Troy actually W's forward. 236, never mind, hit points.
You were saying something?
Yeah. So when you're playing the offside Moskva, you really don't want to be bow into, big hit there on the Marseille Sols. You don't really want to be bow in to the side that you're trying to like hold and kite or hold and keep there. You want to be in a kite away position. So you want to be reversed. You want to be bow out so that you can hit W and escape when you need to. And that Moskva's problem was he was bow in and just unwilling to really do anything. Unfortunate.
Well, I mean, he got really lucky with the bungo.
Solok, Salem turns around and forces Cyrex into a really bad position. Okay, so that was a good play from Pepega there. I really like that. That was really fun to see. Caught that just at the tail there. So that means now Pepega's up on 2 caps, but Quarios is in trouble. He's on Pro Ace's radar, and he just smoked. So now Alpi is able to take advantage of that smoke for free. And now the Gearing and Gdansk are going to start getting into a slap fight.
Yeah. My money's on a Gearing with its super long reload.
Right? Malikan takes out the Shimakaze. Ooh, spicy.
Gdansk.
There goes the Gdansk. Yep. Here comes some bungo salvos up Solok's butt. They miss.
We're still waiting for bungo shots to land.
Right?
I mean, luckily for the Gdansk, the Gearing took, the unique mod, which really hampered its DPM, which made him survive just that extra 0.5 seconds longer.
Yes. So unique upgrade for Gearing gives it better concealment, Shimakaze concealment, but at the cost of its gun reload, main battery reload. So usually you see Gearings with that build playing more torpedo spec. We call those Gearing Kazes. Ooh, Pro Ace showing a bit too much side. And Solok managing to kind of even up this fight because of that. But wait, Amity wants to help his teammate.
Well, there's radar, so he knows the Gearing's coming.
Yep. Solok manages to still dodge these shells, which is quite interesting. Why is Alpi going right in front of the Salem like this? Hello?
Torpedoes.
Oh, you're going to torpedo... Yeah, he's moving forward, buddy.
Right. Torpedoes.
Yeah, okay. So what that does is that allows Solok to move forward, and he can actually get behind this island and keep that island between him and the bungo. So I just feel like that was a big mistake, although I suppose it does also give Pro Ace the flexibility to start maneuvering. Insert buzzer sound here.
Well, the funny thing with the Gearing coming at the Salem, right as the bungo shot, the Salem was going forward to dodge the torps, which allowed him to dodge bungo shells.
Exactly correct. So that Gearing...
You screwed over not only yourself, but the bungo, and probably the Nevsky.
Yes. Meanwhile, the Penguins, Pepega has all of the caps.
Well, not yet. Okay. Calm down, mister. We're capping bacon.
Now, if I'm this Gearing, frankly, I'm going to get into the cap, and I'm going to just sit on the other side of the Salem. One, it keeps them proxy spotted, and two, it keeps them from getting any point tick. But instead, Alpi is,
The enemy is about to win.
Going on an adventure. I'm really not sure what he's trying to accomplish.
Maybe he's a Team Bravo enjoyer secretly.
Solok continuing to reverse right in front of the bungo. Here come the bungo shells. His plane is up for the better dispersion. Emidy's shot here. This has to land and connect. For them to have a chance? No. Okay, now Alpi is being routed into the A-cap. This is one of the difficulties in this tournament when you've got players that aren't used to competitive, going out there, doing their random battle kind of thing.
Oh, no.
And...
Is he gonna try to torp the Salem again?
Ooh, Amity takes out the Vermont. Huge kill right there. So, yeah, he's trying to torpedo the Salem again. So this is the problem, right? You tell your player, okay, get into A. Alpi thinks that means get into the cap and try to torpedo and get the kill. The better play for him is to get here, like I said, so that he keeps the Salem spotted. But if he's not a competitive player, doesn't have that kind of experience, he doesn't know that that's what the call means, get into A. So instead, he's going to offer himself up on a platter to Solok, who's just going to hit W and say, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for this kill. And that's what makes Team League so fun to watch, so frustrating sometimes to cast if you are tied to the team and you're watching your players do this. And I've seen others, and I've done this myself, kind of say, come on, you can do better, you know, but that's the reality of having all this mixed win rate players. It makes it very, very unique. And I'll tell you what, I strongly think that this is going to be a 2-0 sweep, our first time today in the tournament. Fun to watch. Unless the Salem can, like, No.
But like, even if Salem dies, it's whatever. You
Yeah.
have no caps. You have no cap control.
Yep. The only
Mesky won't even
chance
make it back in time.
the only chance is killing the Marseille, and he just went dark. So that'll do it. Let's see if I can get a screenshot of our dead Gearing. There we go. With the hungry Salem right behind him.
I mean, the other thing, going up to that island, you get to play Ring Around the Rosie with.
Yeah. All right, there it is, official. Our first 2-0 sweep. Good job, Team Papega. All right, so this should be our final. And have I missed any of these teams so far? We did Nice, we did Penguin, we did Joe. Okay, I've gotten at least one of each of these. I want to avoid TK and Citarella. Those teams I want to avoid. So let's see what we have here for our final round. I'm going to run a commercial break while this round gets set up and we try to figure out where we're going to go next, okay? Nice versus Siren. Okay. I don't know if they've put round 4 in yet. They have. Siren's in first place now. Nice is down towards the bottom. I want to see if there's any like really competitive games. This one could be important. Pingo versus Crado. Pingo and Crado. Those two are going to be pretty much evenly matched at this point. And that leaves us with Joe versus Citarella, which would also be competitive, but we've already covered Citarella twice. So it comes down to, chat, what would you guys prefer? Do you want to see Siren versus Nice? Or do you want to see... Well, we already did Team Crowdo twice. I think that's the only one we can do. That's the only one we can do that's not a double. So we'll do that one. We'll finish it off with Siren versus Nice. Actually, it's the opposite way. Okay, Nice versus Siren. There we go. All right, and I'm going to leave this training room. Oh, this was 10 minutes ago. We might not be... They might be in battle already. Crap. Nice and Siren. Let's see. Yeah, they're in battle already. Okay. We're going to have to stick with what we've got right now because we are so far back. So Puddin', we're going to go back to that same room we were just in. Pingo and Crowdo is what we're going to do next.
Who?
Unless Citarella and Joe is available. Let's see.
Well, there's only 5 people in that room.
Let's do Citarella versus Joe then. Because Joe, this is going to be very competitive. They're both up there. Both of them looking to try to get that second place slot. Okay, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. The Citarella and Joe. So it'll unfortunately be the third time covering Citarella, but it's going to have to be that way because the other one has already started. That's all right. I'm going to hit the bathroom while these guys get set up. So let's put the teams up here. Puddin', I have a question for you that maybe you could answer while I'm away so we don't have a moment of silence.
Blue, and back to moment of silence.
Thanks. So the question for you is, what words of advice would you give players in this tournament since you've watched it and stuff?
And like, if you like, ironically, if you want to do a tournament, pick a ship, know the ship, and play that ship. Right? Like, you know, there's always going to be Des Moines, a Moskva, a Petro, right? Like, if you're a battleship player, you know, learn the battleship that you see most people taking. if you're DD, ironically, learn how to play one of the French DDs because those guys are pretty much the kings of the team because a very well played French DD player is highly needed and wanted by a lot of teams. Like it doesn't matter what your win rate is, as long as you know how to play the particular ship you're going to play in this tournament, you should be okay. Don't panic. If you're a Moskva on an island, I hate to, but you're a ride or die at the island. Just deal with it. I remember Habuya, the first time we took him in the clan battle, put him in a Moskva, land of fire, we put him on the Moskva spot, and we kind of laughed when he died in 1 minute. We're like, yeah, you have to learn how to just negate the damage and what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the joys of playing so many ships.
Mm-hmm.
Just remain calm. Don't panic. Try, like, ask the better players, what are my escape routes? Like, for Land of Fire on the contest cap, your escape route is actually go forward, not reverse.
Yep.
Right? And, like, that's what we taught him. Like, okay, we're going to let you die. Nobody's going to tell you anything, right? Just so you can understand, you know, like the joys of playing this particular spot and the nuances, you know. And, you know, for these tournaments, you just ask your better players, hey, okay, you want me to go here? What's my escape route? What's my goal here? Is my goal to actually sit here and die, but make it last as long as possible? Right? Like, that's usually the kite side shop. Like, I tell people all the time, if you want to play kite side, fine. If I never shoot my guns on the kite side, I don't care. Kite side's job is not to win. It's to delay a push. And if both kite sides are on both sides, it's very rare that they're going to have initial engagements. The engagements come when somebody on a contest side loses a ship. Hey, kite side needs to start pushing. We don't have the ship advantage over there.
Yes. And yeah, your dogs are definitely some of the most chill dogs we've ever seen. No, but you're absolutely right. And as you were talking, you know, I opened up the different players, and you can see they can choose to share what ships they prefer. And so when you're drafting players, you might say, okay, I need somebody who's a good Des Moines player. All right, who has a preferred ship as Des Moines here, right? And it is absolutely the player's ability to utilize the ships that matters. It's not the ship. And this is the hardest thing for a lot of competitive environments is if you've got somebody who's fantastic in a boat that happens to not be a meta boat, put them in that boat because they will do amazing things with it. Don't force them to play a ship they just don't really care about. It is cool to see the stats, yeah. And you can go there yourself.
Like, I remember when I was helping the Wookiee clan with clan battles, right? Like when I was there, Panoramics, who everybody knows is a really good DD player now, wasn't a very good DD player. Like, I looked at him and I told him, I went and looked up your stats. I'm like, okay, you're not doing well in the Daring. The Daring was the meta ship for clan battles. I'm like, you have like 15 games in it. I'm like, you have 100 and something in a Hiragumo and you good stats. Play the Hiragumo.
Yeah, why not?
And the comment was, well, how are you going to spot? Well, this is back when Moskva could survive. I'm like, I'll just spot with my face. You just shoot everything. Send torpedoes. And it worked.
Oh, absolutely.
So, sometimes going off meta is the meta.
Absolutely. I remember one season was Tier 8 clan battle. I went around the Kiev and it just had so much fun. Anyway, we have a game to cast, Puddin', so we are looking at CITA versus 5G. Now, we started the day looking at Citarella's games. We are here because the game we wanted had already started. So we're going to check this game out. Citarella and 5G are both up there in points. This is a battle essentially for second place. And that's important because second place is seeded tomorrow. They get a bye in the first round. they have a better chance at winning the tournament. So on Warriors Path, we've got Comics the Pirate in a Gdansk with utility build and gun build and Jersey Mike, sorry. Real King Cool Cat in a Yu Yang, that's a Smoke Yu Yang. We saw him playing that earlier with one of the wrongs as captains because the buff survivability expert. M Jester is in a Kleber now with Aban Yuf with the buffed survivability expert. Master Graph is in a Moskva with, looks like that's Zemensky with the buff turret traverse and a unique upgrade. We've got our first time seeing a Schlieffen today, Puddin'. It's Latino Heat. We saw him playing Battleship before, and he just followed the build dock straight through, which I don't like. On the other side, we've got two Stalingrads. It's Italian Junkie with a reload Stalingrad with, that's also the buffed turret traverse skill, so that would be Zemensky. And Erd Dusseldorf in a reload Stalingrad without a buffed captain. All right, things are going to happen quick over on the other side, so tell us about 5G.
Well, we got a Gdansk going to Apples. He's kind of pew-pew build.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the Gering Nevsky Smoke Train, the Moskva Bungo, finally checking out the middle while the Salem gets C-Cap. He has a radar Salem again. None of the builds have really changed.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm taking a look.
The other advice is ask your better players what skills you should be taking, and more importantly, why.
Yeah. Now they rotated out the gearing player, Torpedo. Love the name. And the gearing is now working with Pro Ace for smoke, and he's in what we call the COTS build gearing. So the COTS build gearing is geared towards smoke, long smoke snails, and also consumable specialist to get that smoke back quicker. You see he's got the smoke upgrade as well as the propulsion upgrade. He's got dazzle, so when he gets detected, he gets a little boost of speed, and it's harder for him to be hit immediately, so that comes in very handy when you're radared. We see sometimes instead of that, we see Swift and Silence, which is another decent choice. But it's all about being the smoke biatch for Pro Ace and luck chucking torpedoes all over the place.
Well,
oh god, the tier 6 clan battle season was pain. I hated playing Grash Bay, and I think more so I hated playing Huang He. Ugh. So sick of the crawling smoke garbage all over the place. Anyway, Latino Heat already losing a lot of hit points, trying to get his heal going. Cool Cat now trying to smoke him up, but since he's shot, he's still detected for 20 seconds.
I think that's miscommunication there.
Absolutely a miscommunication. Now that his DCP is down, he can be set on a sticky fire. Will that happen? Stay tuned. Ooh, bungo shots. Ooh, that could have been worse. But where are you leading this Schlieffen is a very important question to ask. Because I would have thought they would have led him into the ACAP, but instead, they're leading him just forward a little bit more. Okay.
Well, the cross warp's not going to happen, but now he's out in the open.
Yeah.
Why will I get picked up on radar?
Worth noting, 5G has basically everybody on this side of the map. They have a lone Salem on the 8 line, and that's it. And he's not even detected by Stalingrad radar. He's that far back. Although he's going to be detected in a moment. Ooh, Latino Heat in trouble. Here's the problem with Schlieffen. You got to get it into position to be useful. I made a comment about not liking his build. The build doc, in my opinion, is wrong. It's got Demo Expert in slot 1, and I feel like a much better choice, although maybe less impactful now with the changes, is having preventative maintenance to try to keep the secondaries and torpedoes alive longer, or at least just not stunned or critically damaged, as they call it now. And I don't like the decision to take concealment over fire reduction. So I kind of feel like you lose in Schlieffen, you die too easily by fires.
Well, the Salem actually got to a spot undetected. The radar ended just as the Salem crossed into it.
Ooh, we have a Kleber Gdansk slap fight. M. Jester coming around.
Oh, Waiwai's getting in on this action.
As he should. I believe the dock is still being updated. I could be wrong. Well, Malacoin is still pretty safe from the Kleber. Ooh, M. Jester just gets slapped a little bit from Emide's Bungo.
Quick, somebody clip that. I'm not letting that die.
Emide, just like the Schlieffen, being farmed out as well.
Well, ironically, a Salem versus Stalingrad, the money should be on a Salem. The problem comes into you actually have to preserve a lot of HP to deal with the second Stalingrad.
Yes, and you also want to make sure that you're only in a 1v1. You don't want to go too much farther forward and give the other Stalingrad a shot on you. But you're absolutely right. He'll win this one-on-one easily against Italian Junkie. At least he should.
And especially with the changes to the turrets, Salem will get them back. So it's pointless. It's kind of pointless to shoot at the turrets now.
Yes. And this is something that is going to be very different and competitive, especially this coming COTS. Usually in this kind of engagement, the Stalingrad would be shooting at these turrets here, trying to get them permit, and the Salem player would be doing the same for the Stalingrad, trying to perma the Stalingrad's turrets, because the Stalingrad's turrets are relatively weak. But that's different now.
I mean, they're still weak, and if like you aim for them, and the worst thing that happens, you hit super sure, but
yeah. Emide also getting some decent hits in with the Bungo, trying for more, not happening. All right, Plucky Bear gets the kill and heals.
Oh, Club is capping Chocolate. Sneaky little French guy.
Yep, I like that play. It does force 5G to kind of come back to their home cap and defend it. Let's follow Emide Salvo.
Played into the Salem's hand of rushing him.
Because he was being shot at by the Bungo. That's true, SAT. You can still go for the turrets to slow down the action if you needed to. Or if you are trying to get the ram off.
I mean, if you break one, you know, but going for both of them, just, you know, it's going to be way different. Like, yeah, I mean, SAT's not wrong. Or, what was it? SAT was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you go for the, like, if you're going for the ram, you still can, but
the enemy is about to win.
M. Jester trying to go dark. There he goes.
Back.
Now that's going to push him off the cap. Meanwhile, on the other flank, Coolcat goes into the A cap. And Emide is down to 8,000 hit points. Latino somehow managing to keep his ship alive better in a Schlieffen, but that feels odd to me.
Awkward?
Yeah. Usually when you see the Schlieffen coming under sustained fire, he just goes down. But I suppose in combination of island hugging and all that kind of stuff, he was able to preserve his hit points better. But Emide does get a heal off. His last one.
We got both radars going on at Apple, or Bacon's, I should say.
I don't like that Plucky Bear has left the B cap. He's in the perfect spot to grab it and look at the Stalingrad. And instead he's off the B cap. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't think it was on it. I think he's reversing onto it.
Oh, okay, you can do that.
Not a horrible decision, but they pick up the club with the radar.
And there he goes.
Club goes down.
All right, well,
I kind of like this play by Pluck. He needs to keep reversing.
yeah.
Keep reversing. No, that's the wrong reverse. That's forward.
Yes. What you want is the upside down S key.
Nice. You pull an emergency brake stop.
And there goes Latino Heat Schlieffen. So he actually does go down before Amidy's Bungo. All is right in the world
enemy is
now.
about to win.
Now it looks
I mean,
like...
once again, the Salem should win. Like, even if this is a Ram, this is a win for the Salem.
Oh, absolutely. At this point, the best thing that can happen is the Stalingrad does a drive-by and gets the kill. That's what he needs to do. He can't even afford to allow a ram. And Plucky Bear with the superior maneuverability and engine just W's forward. Polecat goes down. Plucky Bear wisely not continuing his turn. Although he is showing turn right now. Yeah, and he's got a flat rear. But that is not where you aim, and it does not do the damage. Amity goes down. He's got a flat Citadel rear right there, so he should be aiming towards the stern, but he aimed at the middle of the boat instead. Bit of a mistake there in his aim, but he's going more on the side, and he's getting Citadels, just not enough Citadels. Lucky Bear wins the engagement that, frankly, he shouldn't have won.
Nope. But it is what it is. He won the engagement. They're going to get, well, the win anyways.
Only get the win. Let's settle in for our death pick here. Who doesn't love seeing a Stalingrad sink?
I'm going to go with the Stalingrad.
The Stalingrad. All right, let's get out of here. I'm going to run a commercial break because we got 26 minutes, and that's really close to the potential end of a battle should it go the full duration. So stay tuned. We'll run a commercial break, and let's take a look at the score updates. Penguin now is up there. We have essentially a four-way tie right now for the middle, but Joe has suddenly dropped down to 5th place. He was leading for so long. Ouch. That 2-0 we just saw Pepega get, Penguin, that helped vault him up in the score and drop Joe. Let's go. Another Distant Voyages container, guys. What do you mean the ads are delayed, Thread? They're running right now. Maybe you're not seeing them. Maybe you were blessed and didn't get screwed with ads. I don't know. The audio from them is delayed? That I don't know. I don't control what Twitch does with their ads. I just hang out and you know, do it. That's all. And while we have a moment, perfect. No problem, 99. 99 Destroyer is an Aussie streamer, and he's actually raided us a couple of times. So, I think it's worthwhile to shout him out. Yeah. And we can also shout out Admiral Morkborg. who wants me to hydrate. Thank you for the reminder, dude. Hey, Taro.
And I strike first.
Ah, damn you. Fine, I'll shout you out following that. How's that sound? There you go. Check your Twitch account age. 2012, back during Justin TV times. Yes, Puddin got up to cast with me, Xander. How you doing?
Where were you?
Now, we could always do predictions, but we didn't think about that for today. Maybe tomorrow. You overslept? Fair enough. Fair enough. Guys, if you didn't hear the announcement or see it in chat, we do have a giveaway going right now. Again, make sure you're following like what Odessa 2021 did a moment ago. Thank you for following 27 minutes ago. And Jay's Akayinatu and Dutchman all followed. And Musket Mike, thank you guys for your followage. So make sure you're following the channel and just typing something in chat. That's all you have to do. And you have entered into the giveaway for a Distant Voyages container. We have more. Of those to give away today. We're going to be doing an after party, most likely after this battle. So hopefully you guys can stick around for some fun. We'll do some live play, talk some more about the tournament, that sort of thing. I also saw a question about what to use the coupon on, and the person said they liked 3 different ships. One of them was German. So whoever that is, if you remind me when we get to live play or something, I'd be happy to answer your question. Anyway, where are we going? Regular spawns. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's our potentially last game of the day. Highly doubt we'll catch another one randomly, but we will still try. So here we go. We've got Comics the Pirate and Yu Yang for Cinderella. They are hoping to get a game off of 5G. This is actually a very pivotal game for Joe's team because Joe's team was in 2nd place and they got knocked all the way down to 5th. So they absolutely need to win this second battle, go 2-0. Anyway, so we got Comics Pirate and a Yu Yang with that's Sao Zhen Bing for the extended smoke duration. Okay, with the smoke screen, that does give him quite a bit of smoke delay, so that's kind of a neat trick. Real King Cool Cat is in a Z52 with one of the I think it's Von Broik captains, that's what they called. Got the buffed consumable specialist there, so you can recharge his very long extended hydro. Got Mastergraph in a Howden Lu with unique upgrade, of course, and unique captain. Shimakaze, that's her drill going to the B cap with basically your torpedo build with the Yamamoto for buffed preventative maintenance. M Jester in the Utrecht, we saw him doing this before earlier today with Conrad Heinrich as the captain. Latino Heat is back in Vermont with a special captain. And Italian Junkie is in a unique upgrade, Moskva, with Zemensky. Alrighty then. Puddin, tell us about 5G.
Well, 5G brought to you by some cell phone companies, bringing a Gdansk that's heading to Apple's, I would say a typical comp build Gdansk. Salem radar, heavy smoking Gehring with the Nevsky. Probably going to put the Nevsky in smoke, to nobody's surprise. A Bungo, typical comp build with the spotter plane and reload. And going to Chocolate is another radar Salem and a unique upgrade Moskva. Apparently somebody got jealous of Plucky killing 12 ships by himself on one flight.
Remember earlier today I made a comment? I made a comment about coming up to this island. You have a choice to go in front of or behind. Malacoin chose poorly. He went north of the island, got spotted, I believe. I think it was Cool Cat's Hydro, honestly, and paid dearly for it, almost losing his ship already. Never go in front of islands if you can help it. Now, I saw a comment about 3 destroyers versus 1 destroyer. And essentially, if you're doing that, you're trading hit points for vision. So if you look at the top here, actually, it's very even on hit point distribution. It's interesting. But typically, the team with fewer destroyers has more hit points. Nevsky radar up.
What you're trading DPM for vision.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, the HP matters, but it's the vision. Like, once again, you can't shoot anything if it's not spotted.
Absolutely. "5G can YOLO the home cap." Yeah, they could. It's only the Shimakaze that's guarding it. But, you know, they don't know that very easily. Let's see, do they have radiolocation? Neither of the cruisers have radiolocation, so they don't necessarily know what's over there.
Well, they have a strong suspicion, right? They know where the YY's at. They already know where the Z42's at. So they have to assume the Shimmy's over there.
Yeah, the only ship
they know where Moskva, they know where the Golden Lou's at. They're gonna know where the Utrecht's at. They know where the Vermont's at.
Well, I mean, they've seen the Dutch oven, but beyond that, they haven't actually spotted the Utrecht. But you're right. So they should be able to deduce that it's just the Shimakaze over there.
Right. Well, I mean, the reason I say they know where the Utrecht's at is because the Golden Lou's only got 13 kilometers. Dutch ovens. So if you're seeing Dutch ovens come from a different area than where who's at,
mm-hmm.
You know, especially knowing ranges like that. Not only knowing your ship, knowing your enemy ship.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At least the destroyer in mid is not knows it anymore, right? Yeah, they've pulled the Gdansk back completely.
I mean that, you know, like if you just read the plane names, like you'll be surprised how many people don't do that. You're like, you gotta call it out, like, hey, those were Utrecht planes, not Golden Lou's.
Yep. Well, M. Jester was spotted, took some damage. Italian Junkie is now trading with Pro Ace's Nevsky.
Vermont Shell's coming in on Bungo.
It's unfortunate for the Gdansk that he got whacked so early. Whoa! Whoa. Brick spoke.
He may have spoke, but like the Bungo did what the Bungo needed to do, i.e. he needed to be spotted so he gets shot at so the Moskva can move to the next island. Right? Because that would have just absolutely yeeted the Moskva to where the Bungo can survive.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, it allowed Fireball to move forward. Bounded to you, you're welcome. Tell us which permacamo you get. Oh, Amity's in big trouble right now.
Oh, he'll be fine. He'll walk this off. If not, he'll get a free ship wash when he, you know, turns into a permanent submarine.
Well, there's the DCP. But we do have some more. Oh, he got Dutch ovened. Rip. Losing a battleship that early in the game. Very costly.
That's
very costly.
That's huge.
Yeah. Italian Junkie's at 6k. He's healing. But he's quite low in that engagement with Pro Ace. Pro Ace not doing too well either. Yeah, I mean, there goes a lot of the hit points for Team 5G.
Well, I mean, it's not only the hit points, it's the potential. You can't keep cruisers in check anymore.
Brick smash again. Funky Fireball taking a big Vermont salvo. With Dutch oven to follow up. Wow, man. 5G just hurting right now.
I think there's a bad radar by Moskva.
Why is that a bad radar?
What's getting shot at?
It does let them know what that Cool Cat is repositioning, but otherwise I agree. It's not really going to result in a death necessarily. But Cyrex now knows that Cool Cat's in position to get radared, but he's got to come out in order to continue the radar. And he's going to try to walk into the A-cap. While broadside to the Moskva, this feels really
The
bad.
enemy is about to win.
Unless you're a Moscow, this feels really good.
I know. Or the Vermont. Here comes Brick.
Listen, Italian wants to get justice from last time.
Okay, so Brick didn't smash as much as we expected. Cyrex doing a nice job of throwing off aim and praying to the RNG gods, we'll call it. And his prayers have no longer been answered. His junkie finally gets on his flank.
Well, his prayers were answered, just the wrong RNG gods. Okay.
You accidentally prayed to the gods of the Dutch. Oh well. M Jester getting the kill. RNGesus giveth and RNGesus taketh away. Indeed. Look at CITA just pivoting now and just taking down the 5G lineup. Wow. Like all in the line formation, just coming through. Buzzsaw and everything. Even Verdrill Shimakaze now opening up because he can. Although he's going to try to smoke in front of a destroyer that's got radar. It just feels kind of bad. Oh. Malacoin tries to smoke and radar. It doesn't happen quickly enough for him. He goes down. Latino Heat. Brick smashes the Salem. Spread too thin for 5G? Yes. For CITA, this is a good positioning. Having them spread out like this makes it much more difficult for ships to angle to one opponent, one threat. Also makes it more difficult for torpedoes to be as impactful, as the Moskva gets a secondary kill on the Gearing, who tried to make something happen. Italian Junkie just kind of shrugs it off. Proace trying for some desperation shells to hit him in the rear. It's not going to work. And 23 seconds, this game is over. Actually, less than that, probably, because I'm sure Brick is turning turrets. Nope. Proace does manage to extend the game a little bit by taking out Italian Junkie's Moskva with secondaries, lol. But Howden Lu seals the deal. Great AP in that Howden Lu. You know where to aim and you know when to switch to it. 17 seconds. That is indeed game. As Funky Fireball says, alright, well, we tried. GG's. Come on, die already. Don't heal, you jerk. He even heals. There we go. Thank you. Alright, well, we'll take it.
Well, you don't have a choice.
This is true. Alright, well, that is an even 1-to-1 split now for this series. So we only had 1-2-0.